You know, it's undeniable for people like me who've been covering this literally since Jimmy Carter was a candidate. Donald Trump is one of the most resilient. Every time you take a shot at this guy, somehow you think he should be down. He bounces back up. He's got something that our next guest thinks that Jeff Bezos of Amazon and others get. They've got it. They get it. Sanjeev, welcome to the show on Starcom Radio Network. How are you?
Very good. Thank you for having me, Ed.
Oh, it's a real pleasure. Listen, Trump's got it, doesn't he? I mean, I like Trump for a million reasons, but I'm with you. I think he's got that special something. Marlon Brando had it. Jeff Bezos had it. All of the great innovators have this. Is it born in? Is it born in, or do they learn it?
Yes. Basically, if you look at the process here in the United States, you have to think a little bit apolitically to see what is going on. There are two parties, and you can think of them as two companies selling a package of goods. You know, there's one company selling one package of goods, a combo, and there's another company which is selling another combo. You know, and that package they are selling is the same package for almost very long time, like you can say 25, 30 years, the package hasn't changed. One company says, okay, you can get lower taxes, but we'll allow the jobs to be shipped abroad. There's another company says, okay, we'll give you social welfare schemes, but the taxes could be higher. Like that kind of, you have to pick between the two. Now, where a person like Donald Trump comes in, he's an outsider. You know, the insiders in those two companies, or you can say that, the two. I'm giving like an example from this side, not from a political side. So the insiders in those two places are trained to sell that combo. They are only able to think about how to sell this combination. But when an outsider comes, a person like Donald Trump comes, he knows that what you're selling is static for a very long time, but the needs of the consumers or the needs of the voters have changed. And he says, maybe they need a little bit of this plus a little bit of that. If I come up with a package which is like pick and choose from the two and create a new package, that might attract a lot of people. So if you look at all the things he's offering, he's saying, he's saying, I'll stop the outsourcing of jobs. I'll put a wall. What is it talking about? It's talking about, he says that, there will be more jobs, there will be higher wages. Then he says, I'm going to increase the infrastructure spending, which also tells people that, there will be more jobs. On the other hand, he says, I'll reduce the taxes for everybody so people are happy that they can save money. Similarly for Obamacare, he doesn't say that the health care for everybody is a wrong thing. He says the premiums are going up, and I'll do something so that the premiums come down. So that attracts people. So if you look at it, to me, it's like an innovation of identifying what is the customer's need and saying it without thinking much about what is political line or what is political party is basically for a long time stating. And that is what has attracted a lot of new people to him. And you can see the number of voters.
Right. So here's my question. How do you think he's able to do it? Did he learn to do this deliberately, or does he just hear things and understand how they sound to the people he's trying to persuade?
I think there is something inborn in him also, because if you read his book, for example, The Art of the Deal, you will understand the way he thinks. He is able to think what the other person needs and then come up with a solution which the other person needs, and then finally able to do the deal. I think that talent is helping him in this election.
I'm thinking about his father and him, that they have a lot in common. Do you think you can teach this to a child? Or again, you just have to hope that your child has this dimension to understand other people, understand what they're saying to you, to hear them loud and clear, not to be confused, right? Not to be tentative, but to be deliberate and to be instinctive. Bothers a lot of people in America that he talks from the gut, that he talks his personal truth pretty much instantly. Why does that rankle some people? Why is he so controversial? I mean, I understand his behavior would make him criticized in any circles. If you have women coming saying things about you, that's going to be a problem. But long before the women, he upsets people with his confidence, his absolutist, right? He's got a very uses the word absolutely all the time. Everything is certainty and absoluteness with him. Why does that put people off?
That is difficult to answer because some people are, some people find it. Find that behavior okay, whereas others not. But the primary thing is, even if some people don't like that behavior,
yes,
people are worried about their own, what they are going to get out of this election, and people are calculating. And mind you, I mean, I want to say that I'm not like a supporter of either of them, either
right,
Trump or
right.
Clinton. So I'm for me, it is purely analysis in an apolitical manner,
But let me ask it this way. All right, let me ask it a different way. Let's just talk about a great innovator, period. Whether it's him or Bezos or anyone. Should they be 100% convicted in their instincts and decisions? I use my instincts. I like my instincts. I'm happy to go with my instant, what's the old word they used to use? Gestalt. You get it in 1 second. Gestalt therapy. It's a very old psychological, I don't know if you know what it is, but they judge who you are based on your instant answers. You follow what I'm saying?
A lot of that is inbound, but a lot of that could be learned. That's why in my book I explained that how to do this in a step-by-step manner, how to understand what is the need of the consumer, what he's looking for. A person like Jeff Bezos, for example, he started off by selling books on internet, and people thought that what is the big deal about it? Anybody can sell books on internet. But the fact is, even in the early days, he was able to understand and identify what is the need of the consumer at a very, very deep level. I'll give you an example. In the 90s, I needed a particular book for my sister who was studying in India, and that book was not available there. And I went to Amazon.com and I searched for that book, and the book was not available because the book was out of print for many, many years. So I said, okay, the book is not available. I kind of forgot about it. But then in a couple of days, like 3-4 days later, I got an email from Amazon that you're looking for the book. The book is not available because it's out of print. But we have a list of resellers of old books. We can reach out to you we can reach out to them to find if the book is available. I was really surprised. I said, yeah, why not? And they actually searched the book from those people, and then gave me a few options, and I said, yes, I want to buy from this guy. So, that kind of effort for a single customer, I know they must have done some kind of program, but to me it looked like very personalized. And then the thing is, they didn't want to leave a single customer a single book sale. So I realized that they are able to really go into the details of what I need, and then find a solution how to provide it to me.
Got it. Sanjeev Sharma is our guest. His award-winning book is The 5 Core Methods of Innovation. All right, so is it the innovator that creates the innovation, or does the innovator discover an innovation?
Yeah, I mean,
you know the difference. You know the difference. I mean, right? The difference. I mean, between does somebody deliberately create an innovation, or do they walk up and discover an innovation? Two different things, right?
Yes, yes. Sometimes you can discover it when you are doing something in the process of, you are involved in a particular process or a service or a product, and you realize a gap in what you need or what a customer needs and what is available. That's when you can do innovation. That's one way. The other is you can have a systematic approach and identify what is the need of the consumer. So that is those are two different ways people can do. So
Tell me what these core methods are. Can you just list them briefly?
Yes, after I worked in a venture capital company and I worked with many innovators for a long time, and then I realized that most of these innovations are done by some basic methods. Almost all the innovations you see on the planet are done by the basic methods. Anybody can be an innovator if he is able to understand these methods and he's able to follow step-by-step approach. So, the first method is the addition framework. The one is the addition. You get a particular product, and then you identify something which can be added to this product to come up with a new product. That's the basic first method of innovation. The second is the opposite of it, which is the subtraction of it. That means you have a particular product with a lot of features, but a lot of those features are not utilized. And you realize that customers are probably not even willing to pay for them. So you subtract certain things and come up with a product which is cheaper, and that's what is called the subtraction framework. The third one is called the alternate means methodology. That means you know what you need, but you have to find something which is of a different way of achieving the same thing. That's called the alternate means methodology. And the fourth one is called combination, where you decide what you want to do, but you need to combine multiple steps or processes or products to reach that combination methodology. And the last one, which is the most powerful one, is called the transposition methodology. And what transposition methodology says is that you take a few properties from one product and apply those properties in another product. And that's where you can come up with very powerful ways of creating a disruptive innovation. So that's called transposition methodology. So these are the 5 basic methods, but I explained it in what circumstances you can apply them and how do you apply them, and I've given a lot of easy to understand examples which could be very helpful for people.
Well, who are the biggest innovators over history that you studied?
I mean, when you say innovators, here I would like to say that I am not inventors or scientists are different from innovators. Here when we talk about innovators, of course, people like Steve Jobs, people like Jeff Bezos, those are one of the biggest innovators. Even earlier, it is even in earlier times, a long time back, something like a stock exchange. It's an innovation. A stock exchange is an innovation because how it came up was that when the ships had to move from Europe to Asia, a lot of times, the amount of investment required in the business, you could lose that. So you needed somebody to share the profits. But then, if the loss is beyond a particular amount, you don't want to share it. So there's what a new need came up to come up with stocks and the stock exchange. So it is difficult to say who is the biggest because it is very long, and the history is very long. And all we can do is we can look at the recent ones, and yes, we can say these are the biggest ones. But over a period of time, like it depends on how long you want to go back, there could be many different great innovators.
Well, in history, what were the big? Who were the big breakthroughs? We had the gunpowder came from the Chinese, big innovator, right? We had the aqueducts from the Romans, big innovation. We got the money counting, right?
We have to understand, a lot of innovation,
right,
which is based on scientific research, is not really innovation, but it is more of invention. Innovation is something where there is an existing scientific discovery available, and all you are doing is utilizing it to create a new product or service which fulfills the demand of the consumer. That skill is different from coming up with a new scientific discovery. So that's what I would say.
Sanjeev, you're a terrific guest. I thank you so much for your time today. What website can people go to follow up with you?
There's a website I've started which has important information, which is useful to you, and it's called boringportal.com.
Okay, let's spell that out for us.
B for boy, O-R-I-N-G, Boring Portal, P-O-R-T-A-L.
Boring Portal.
Boringportal.com. Yeah, the website gives you information which is useful information. You see, all the websites, most of the websites, they're full of information which is purely entertainment, and really it's not much useful to you. So I created something, which could be boring to some people, but it is useful. It will have information about some research on, health-related things, some new product, some new service, which you can all utilize. And, it is, that's what it is,
Well, I appreciate it very, very much. Also, the award-winning book is entitled 5 Core Methods of Innovation, available on Amazon.com. Sanjeev, thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Ed.
You bet.
You too have a nice one. Yeah.
Take care.